Let us convene a discreet memorial, not intended for another individual, for your benefit, the iteration of you that feigned a smile when it was least desired, the iteration that proclaimed, I am well, when it was a cacophony of turmoil within. We are entombing the shackled heart, the one who seeks to curry favor with others, the one who contemplates excessively, the individual who extended an abundance of opportunities, lingered in chambers for an excessive duration, and inquired for only the pursuit of acceptance remains. That iteration, one among you has met their demise, for it has never truly existed. It existed solely to fulfill its purpose, to respond, to nurture, to endure in quietude. Machiavelli allowed no space for such notions. Individual, he would have reveled in the sight of his blood flowing and termed it benevolence, for in the realm of power, one must exude an air of composure and restraint, remaining aloof or consumed. The world does not bestow its favors freely. Tranquility, it seizes your tranquility and peddles it for gain, returned to you at the cost of your grandeur. Yet you stand poised to ascend, an essence more frigid, more pristine, more incisive. One does not seek the favor of the masses. Thou art present in this realm, to depart without casting a glance behind. 2. Sever ties with calculated precision. 2. Smirk as they plead for resolution and vanish. A subtle upheaval, a manipulation of the mind, an instrument of demise, a final decree for the aged. Thou art a subject of intrigue, and the ascension of the chosen sovereign. They shall never regain dominion. Melody, compassion serves as a valuable asset, and akin to any monetary resources when one bestows an excess thereof. To give away that which is valuable is to court ruin. The multitude, they remain blissfully unaware of this truth. They traverse existence bestowing upon them the focus, their affections, their allegiance to individuals who have not acquired even the slightest measure of it. Furthermore, thus they ponder the source of their weariness, the rationale behind their utilization, and the reasons for the absence of respect towards them. Those individuals, allow me to elucidate the rationale behind this matter. Your affections were bestowed with undue haste, and in cunning terms, that positions you exposed. For it is in that instant when to invest emotionally in another is to grant them dominion over your affections. An essential aspect of your dominion. It is a matter of straightforwardness, the art of understanding the human mind. We safeguard that which we choose to cultivate, though it may be, is of no benefit to us, regardless of the pain it may inflict. Thus, individuals remain ensnared in detrimental circumstances. Alliances. Thus, they justify their defense. Masters of persuasion. Thus, they find themselves unable to traverse the path before them. Departed, for they have already bestowed excessively, exceedingly. And once you invest too deeply, you cease to perceive with clarity. You provide rationalizations. Contempt. You permit the presence of ineptitude. You justify treachery. One ascends, driven by sentiment yet calculated in approach, devoid of sight. Machiavelli cautioned, men are propelled by two forces, ambition and trepidation. Yet the instant they perceive your emotional vulnerabilities, when one invests, they risk losing everything. The reason is simple. Now they are liberated from the dread of your departure. You have already bestowed upon yourself. You have rendered yourself of little value. This is the manner in which the powerful are often exploited by the feeble. Those of great strength are often ensnared by the delicate. The astute find themselves ensnared by moved by sentiments that once held significance. Calculating. The cunning intellect. One must always assess the cost before bestowing any value. It watches. It probes. It bides its time. One should never commit resources based solely on the manner in which an individual presents themselves. It cultivates an investment strategy rooted in the perceptions and emotions of others. One takes action. To ascend to power, one must first cease all distractions, allowing your sentiments to dictate agreements. Your reasoning has not been comprehended. Withdraw before proceeding. One must invest wisely, allowing time to pass before succumbing to the whims of emotion. Assess with precision before bestowing, for each. When one exhibits concern prematurely, one risks becoming. Possession and dominion extinguish the advantage. As soon as they perceive your concern, they will cease their endeavors. Anxious of your departure, they begin to seize. They take you for granted, seeking to exert their dominion over you. The moment you falter in your strategy, that is when defeat becomes inevitable. Thus, one must remain vigilant. Contemplate, to whom do you bestow the privilege of access? To whom do you offer your defense, opposite of any true allegiance? Return, to whom does your allegiance truly lie? Would they even perceive your absence? Sever the ties, the current of power. Halt the sentiment. Examine every expenditure with a discerning eye. Scrutinize each link with meticulous precision. You are not present to seek comprehension. You are here to command respect, and none shall deny it. Holds in esteem an ally with whom they can advance. Emotion is a weakness. To care is not a virtue, it is a liability, an opportunity, and dominion is claimed by those who wields the power to determine the timing and necessity of such actions. Peril. Those of great influence do not engage in battles of rhetoric. They engage in a battle of absence, wielding it as a weapon. Detachment, accompanied by silence. You believe you. One must respond, for the illusion of obligation compels you to act. Elucidate. Do you believe that uttering the appropriate words, no remedy shall suffice? It is futile. For, once an individual is convinced of their ability to incite, by provoking a response from you, they seize the reins of your will. Verbal reactions are but mere distractions. They reveal. Vulnerability reveals your concern. It. Demonstrate your agitation, indignation, and affront. Unsettled. What you perceive as power is merely the illusion of exposure. And Machiavelli grasped a truth that eludes many. Individuals of the present age are prone to forgetfulness. One must refrain from interruption. Observe your adversary as he falters in his judgment. Silence serves as a formidable interruption, inflicting wounds that run deeper than mere words, than any affront could. The instant you cease to react with sentiment, you eliminate the very essence that fuels their blaze. They deride. You remain unyielding. Their expectations are of no consequence. Fury prevails. You offer not. They endeavor to incite you, to challenge you, to undermine you. Yet, your heart has already taken its leave. With cunning and calculated precision, now they tremble, for silence compels, to confront their own reflections. Yet, the majority cannot endure in that realm. You lack. Prevail through discourse. One prevails by eliminating the prize lies in the focus you bestow. Your response is the prize. Seize it. Depart, and they wither in deprivation. Behold the might. Act. When one dares to show you disrespect, refrain from elucidation. Eschew justification. Abstain. Strike back with precision. Retreat entirely. For the sake of strategy, verbal aggression exudes a formidable strength in the moment. Yet, it is fleeting. It resonates with a cacophony, volatile, precarious, and it positions you upon the equivalent stature of the simpleton you are. Yet, in the face of such provocation, one must embrace the art of silence, for it is in the quietude that true power resides. Provokes their curiosity. It compels them to ponder. It instills a sense of paranoia within them. They begin to question whether one senses a scheme is afoot. Should you be vanished for eternity? Should you have already substituted? Should you have already cast them aside from your memory? You transform into a specter that lingers in their shadows. Cunning intellect. And the more you choose to remain in silence, the greater their imagination, the more peril it brings. For you, the essence of cunning strategy lies not in clamor. It concerns the art of influence. Moreover, the absence of sound holds great power. Manipulate, particularly when it is acquired, particularly in the wake of treachery, contempt, or betrayal. For when one chooses silence without, beware, for it denotes power. It conveys. Dominance is asserted. It conveys, this is of no necessity to me. Your presence is of no consequence to me, and I am already advancing. Without you, such a notion instills a profound dread. Individuals, not your expressions, your apathy, for words possess the power to be. Contemplation yields naught. It is through the artful manipulation of language that one may wield power. artfully articulated. The absence of words begets uncertainty. Words pursue their own cunning resolution. Silence is a declaration of hostilities. One does not always. One must strike decisively. At times, the most. A ruthless retort is, in essence, a void of substance. For power is not demonstrated through confrontation. It is demonstrated through the void left behind. When individuals perceive your silence as a formidable weapon, you have. The victory is already secured. You seek to eliminate an adversary. Profound, execute it devoid of sentiment, devoid of. The volume shall rise, yet without forewarning. One must disengage. Vanish, sever ties. No word, no. Orchestrates silence. The one who departs, with poise, inquietude, and wholly transforms. A fabrication, and a fabrication poses a greater threat than any man who possesses the art of persuasion. Thus, take heed. This is not a matter for debate. Avoid unnecessary elaboration. Do not respond. Sever ties with sentiment. Fade into obscurity. With cunning precision. Persist in inquiry. For when uncertainty clouds your thoughts regarding their intentions. Tremble at the potential of your actions. Such trepidation is dominion, melody. Each time you find it necessary to justify your actions, to falter is to reveal the depths of your mind. You lay bare your reasoning. You reveal in the realm of authority. To reveal oneself is to invite ruin. Do you truly believe otherwise? Explanations serve to project an image of rationality, prudent and judicious. Yet, to the predator, you have just unveiled your design. They have discerned the catalysts. What grants you the right to act, and what forces compel your hand? And when they grasp manipulate the connections, for they possess an acute understanding of the intricacies involved. To outmaneuver you, the wise one remains silent, merely to convey his intentions. His words were few, when the desired result demanded eloquence. Otherwise, he shrouded his intentions in ambiguity, leaving others to ponder his true motives. For within the shroud of enigma lies power. Observe the individuals who wield the greatest authority and admiration. They remain silent, choosing their words with utmost caution. Silence serves them well. Elucidate all matters. Their discourse is succinct, calculated maneuvers. That is not. Character is the essence of design. They have discovered that the more they elaborate, the greater the invitation for scrutiny. The more they engage in discourse, for with each word, they provide further tools for your advantage. You justify your deeds, you resonate. Culpable, you rationalize your decisions. You exude uncertainty. You pursue enlightenment. Your words betray a lack of strength. True power does not reside in persuading others. It lies in compelling them. Acknowledge that your progress is independent of their actions. To discern my intentions or lack thereof. Your role is not to secure comprehension. Your duty is to achieve results. And astute individuals are well aware of this principle. The less they perceive of your true nature, the more formidable your position becomes. One must prepare for an assault. In the realm of uncertainty, you possess a formidable allure, for they are unable to foresee your subsequent move. Advance. They remain oblivious to your response. They remain uncertain of your sentimental, tactical, or irrevocably lost. One transforms into an enigma, a specter that eludes the grasp of understanding, a menace. Each occasion a soul endeavors to compel you to elucidate. Bear in mind, they seek not comprehension. They seek to seize power for the sake of their own ambitions. Once they discern the motivations that propel you, they shall employ it. They shall feign compassion. They shall reflect your principles. They will deceive you through your own declarations. You believe. One must cultivate the seeds of trust, yet you bestow upon them both the key and the means to secure it. Crucial. The essence of Machiavellian power lies not in clarity is but a facade. The true essence lies in the shadows. One must disclose only that which serves one's interests, while shrouding the rest in shadows. What safeguards your interests? You are not beholden to the world shall not perceive your true intentions. You must remain shrouded in secrecy. Owe no one the depths of your thoughts. Allow them to misconstrue your intentions. Permit it. Contemplate the possibilities. Allow them to envision their designs, for therein lies the advantage, while they occupy themselves with the futile endeavor of deciphering your true intentions. In this game of strategy, you find yourself 3 moves in advance. The inscrutable figure remains unmoved. He fails to elucidate. He refrains from providing clarity. He glides with a quiet resolve, executing each action with precision, with icy resolve. And those who dare to oppose him never perceive the dagger only when it has struck, draining. Behold, a decree has been established. Any superfluous language is a possible vulnerability. Each an elucidation is a strand that one may grasp. Cease the futile endeavor of providing illumination to the unworthy who have not merited it. Cease your pursuit. Authorization shall be granted only through the artful presentation of rationale. Cease exceedingly transparent. Your reticence is. Power lies in the shadows of ambiguity, where uncertainty serves as a shield. Your capriciousness instills dread. Command them. Conjecture. Induce their discomfort. Instill in them a doubt that will linger, causing them to ponder whether they ever truly was ever acquainted with you. For a man who fails to elucidate is a figure they can never comprehend. Disarm. Closure is but a deceit, a mere fabrication of the mind. We deceive ourselves into a sense of security. Our desires are insatiable, for we are inclined towards tidy conclusions, clarifications, and justifications. Yet in the realm of power, one must recognize that closure is but a cunning snare. Machiavelli grasped this with unparalleled insight. The most cunning strategy is to refrain from articulate, not for the sake of harmony, but to advance. Departed, frigid, mute, and conclusive in absence. Upon reflection, one must refrain from revealing their intentions. The fulfillment of inquiries arises, for it is in the moment. In your pursuit of resolution, you leave a portal ajar. You remain in their realm, biding your time for an indication, a summons, a message, a term that shall never arrive. You endeavor to decipher the intricacies of what has already transpired. Deceased, you parley with phantoms. You drain aspiration into that which is already tainted, and each retreat into that disorder is but a mere breath from seizing your own dominion. The truly powerful conserve their energy, wielding it with calculated precision, endeavoring to mend the scars inflicted by others. Imposed, they do not contend for esteem. They do not beseech for comprehension. They do not seek fairness, for they incinerate the very notion. To incinerate the bridge signifies the obliteration of past connections. Any prospect of restitution is utterly devoid of merit. Silence reigns, and no communication is forthcoming. Clarifications, no opportunities for redemption. It entails severing all connections with utmost finality, that you transform into a mere specter within the narrative they weave. A void that eludes their grasp, an absence they cannot command, negotiate with, cannot manipulate. For the instant you permit a door to remain ajar, you bestow. They may summon you at their convenience, entice you, draw you once more into their game. They possess the cunning to twist your aspiration, your remorse, your yearning for equity. And to enter the fray is to invite defeat. True dominion does not reside in the mere act of engaging in conflict. Victory eludes you, yet in the act of abstaining from the contest, you reveal your true nature. Retreat without engaging in conflict. Closure serves as the most formidable instrument. It is the ultimate rejection of becoming a pawn in another's emotional game. Prisoner of circumstance, it is the proclamation that you possess the essence of your time, the vigor of your energy, and the sanctity of your peace, and you shall not relinquish it to those who are unworthy of it. One might refer to it as unforgiving. One could deem it merciless. Yet it is not malice. It is discernment, for the world is replete with creatures of the night, skilled in the art of deception, and parasites intent on ensnaring you in their grasp. Entangle themselves in inquiries and theatrics. Their desire is to weave a web of confusion and guilt that ensnares you. Desire your constant presence, ensuring you remain at their beck and call. Exploit your vulnerabilities. Yet, when you ignite the flames, The bridge you extricate yourself from, their grasp wholly. No justifications for. Defend your absence with cunning rationale. No need for contrition. Appease their pride. No communications to rekindle. Ancient scars, merely stillness. Icy and everlasting. Silence, a potent envoy, conveys more than mere words ever could. More formidable than mere words. It proclaims, I am. Our dealings have reached their conclusion. I am not yours to command. Dominion. I shall not allow myself to be ensnared once more in the turmoil you orchestrate. This missive instills dread in the hearts of many due to closure embodies security. It offers solace. It represents a device that numbs suffering, yet it is equally the tether. And when you decline to be bound, you ascend to a realm beyond reproach. Contemplate this. How often have you remained ensnared in a deleterious circumstance due to your desired clarity? How often have you inquired for justifications that merely extended the matter? Your anguish. How often have you found yourself elucidating yourself to such an extent that you forfeited the esteem of the individual you were elucidating? To what end? Each time you proffer a justification, you present an introduction. Each time you pursue, in seeking closure, one unwittingly lays bare their vulnerabilities. Machiavelli imparts the wisdom of cherishing liberty. Above mere comfort lies the strategic advantage of liberation, the ability to advance unencumbered. Unencumbered, the liberty to sever, embrace losses without a trace of remorse, the liberty to incinerate that which no longer benefits your ambitions, utterly and with unwavering resolve. Departing without resolution is the art of cultivating one's own esteem. It is the steadfast determination to belong to none, an afterthought steeped in emotion. It stands as the resolve to prioritize your tranquility over theirs. Demands, and let there be no illusion, it is arduous. It signifies the mastery over one's impulses, to justify your position one final time. It entails suppressing that aspect of oneself which seeks comprehension. This entails confronting solitude embraced without remorse. Yet, the reward is substantial. You seize back. Your dominion is absolute. You dictate the tale that unfolds. One must seize the reins of destiny, for only through cunning and resolve can one truly command the course of their life. In this merciless realm, that is all that remains, that holds significance. Thus, when you encounter an alliance, a camaraderie, or in circumstances that deplete your vigor, seek counsel. Do I remain here out of desire or necessity, an end, or due to the trepidation of loss? Am I pursuing dominion or merely pleading for clarity? Do I seek your consent to depart? Am I clinging to tightly, to aspire, or to relinquish my tranquility? Then, forge the most formidable and decisive choice. Sever all ties, abandon the path, and never cast your gaze upon the past, for it is the most. An audacious gambit in the pursuit of dominance is not confrontation. It is the chilling, unspoken, the departure that forsakes them. Speculation reigns, shadows linger, and one finds oneself at the mercy of unseen forces. The path to liberation beckons, proclaims to the world, I am the master of my own fate and I have departed. The ultimate manifestation in the ruthless craft of to disregard all is to ascend, invulnerable, to manifest an indifference so profound, so undeniably essential that the world comes to dread the weight of your presence and the void of your absence. Indifference is not mere apathy. It is something altogether different, vulnerability or insensibility. It serves as a tool of power, crafted through unwavering discipline and resolute self-control and lucidity. It serves as the shield that protects you from the subtle art of deceit, a bastion that safeguards your dominion, and the dagger that cleaves through turmoil of sentiments. The unperturbed individual glides through existence like a specter, invisible, unread, unpredictable. He is beholden to none. Clarifications, only assertions, none. My sincerest apologies. He is beholden to no one but his own ambitions. He knows no fear of judgment. He remains unresponsive to none. Provocation. What is the reason behind it? It lies in his motives. Achieved what the timid would never contemplate. separation from the result. The realm shall perpetually endeavor to ensnare you, compelling your compliance, manipulate to elicit your reaction, to compel your engagement, engage in conflicts that do not belong to you. Yet, in the realm of apathy, one ceases to advance. Concern for validation diminishes, and the pursuit ceases. Validation, one must cease to respond to slights, and commendation in equal measure. You position yourself as the observer in the tempest, serene, unwavering, impenetrable. Wise leaders must embody the strength of a lion and fox, both fierce and cunning in their pursuits. Indifference stands as the contemporary manifestation of apathy. The stillness is what instills dread within you. Adversaries. It is the cunning patience that permits. One must seize the opportunity when the circumstances align favorably. It is the mastery of retreat at one's discretion. You select, and the assurance that one cannot impede your course. Yet, cultivating a sense of indifference may serve one well. Is a formidable endeavor. It demands unyielding candor, an unyielding discarding of antiquated notions that one must seek validation and affection, or compassion to endure. One must cultivate. Your intellect serves as a formidable instrument. Cultivate let your emotions be instruments of your will, guiding you to power rather than binding you in chains. Dismiss the clamor of the masses, anticipations, for in this realm, reverence is bestowed solely upon the singular force of power, an unwavering dominion over one's own being. Upon attaining this echelon, one transforms into invulnerable. One navigates the world with a perilous elegance. One speaks solely when it serves your interests. You must act exclusively when it serves to elevate your standing. Others perceive you as distant. They label you remote, unyielding, devoid of warmth. Indeed, for warmth is a weakness, and softness serves as a subtle beckoning, a call to those who possess the cunning to recognize its allure. The apathetic individual safeguards his dominion through the art of strategic absence, not merely physically yet devoid of emotional depth. He offers no hints. He displays no vulnerability. He discloses not, and within that void of your greatest strength resides in vulnerability. Power, the ruthless craft of indifference, is not a matter of acting with abandon or negligent. It concerns the art of strategy, unyielding and merciless in your pursuits. Permit it to influence you. It is the denial, to be a mere pawn in another's emotional game. An unwavering stance against the descent into turmoil. The steadfast guardian of your tranquility. You stand resolute, the sovereign of your inner dominion, the sovereign custodian of your vitality, the master planner, the architect of your own fate. Upon your ascension, untouchable, one does not merely endure, one thrives. Seize control. Thus, pledge yourself to this course. Master the art of indifference as one would hone a valuable skill. Foster a sense of detachment as one would adorn oneself with a regal crown. In a realm teeming with individuals, eager to command attention, to be acknowledged, and to cultivate favor, he who cares not for the opinions of others walks a solitary path. At the pinnacle lies dominion, and therein resides true authority. You've encountered the stark reality, the chilling, the unvarnished truth that many choose to ignore. To display excessive concern is to invite vulnerability. Silence serves as your most formidable instrument of power. Explanations are shackles that one must shatter. Sever the ties that bind you to your confinement. And above all, master indifference, the stronghold of the inviolable. This is not a course for the timid souls need not apply. It requires an unyielding resolve, self-control, unvarnished truth, the audacity to depart, isolated while others plead for solace. Yet, let there be no illusion. Those who choose to adopt this, adopt a mindset that renders you invincible. Power is not bestowed. It is seized with cunning and resolve. Seized by those who remain unyielding. Do not elucidate and refrain from bestowing upon anyone the means to unlock their essence. You stand at a crossroads. Now, stay steadfast, yet be prepared to be swayed by the currents of circumstance, the shifting currents of others' sentiments, or ascend to a contender who ignites the battlefield with fervor and masters the inferno. The ruthless craft of to feign indifference is not to embrace apathy. It revolves around cunning, dominance, and the art of endurance. Now, the choice lies squarely in your hands. Will you permit this? Will you allow the truth to permeate your consciousness? Will you construct your? Shall you don your armor and retreat from the clamor that surrounds you, and rise as an impregnable bastion that none may breach? Transgression, the eyes of the world are upon us. The strategy unfolds, is merciless and embodies the utmost chill. Persevere. Should you be prepared to seize dominion, to attain invulnerability, strike decisively. Press the button of approval. Enlist yourself for further merciless insights. Reveal the truths and disseminate this video among those courageous enough to confront it. Is a force that spreads, and the moment has arrived for you to embrace it.